India take on Canada. This is match number 33 at Florida. India playing the first game at Florida. Michael, Joyda, they'll be relieved to go there, the batters, hoping that there is a game and there is no rain tomorrow, number one. But do you see changes when they go to Florida?
Absolutely. I see changes and I see changes for... See, this...
A few reasons.
Yeah, yes. Changes for the best of reasons. For starters, changes because if Florida is anywhere close to for that outfield, for it to be even slippery and all, I would take Jasprit Bumrah, put him in cotton wool and say, see you in the West Indies. I do not want to see Jasprit Bumrah on the field.
Absolutely.
You don't need to see him. And if he can't beat Canada without Jasprit Bumrah, I mean, we have nothing to say. So, Jasprit Bumrah, put him away. Maybe one of Rohit or Rohit up front or Virat. Give them a rest. Say that, you can take it easy for a day. Because I think what they need to do is, remember, they now need to preserve their players and they need to look at options for Super 8. One of the things that definitely do is, what he's saying, give Yashasvi Jaiswal a chance. If he's somebody who's going to bat on surfaces where the ball is going to come on faster, I'd definitely throw in Yashasvi Jaiswal. The second is, I'd definitely try and have a look at Kuldeep Yadav because both these players are going to play a part sometime over the next few set of matches. And I think we need to at least see where they stand.
Absolutely.
Yashasvi, they still might not decide not to go with. They might just try him out and see. But they should want to see all these players, definitely.
Michael, it's very important to have that game practice, isn't it? Because one is you can practice as much as you have to, but playing that game is very important under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth trying one or two that have been sat on the sidelines. But the problem you have is that Virat Kohli, you could rest him, but he's not got any runs and he probably do with a bit of time in the middle.
True, that's true.
So Virat will probably want to have a knock. Rohit's done okay, but he probably wants to have a knock as well. So it's all right, and I believe in giving the whole squad a game, particularly in games like this. But there'll be players that are in the team that'll be saying, well, wait a minute, this tournament's quite a long tournament, and they don't play every 2 or 3 days. They've been having quite a lot of time off in between games. So when you get a game, you want to play because you want to get back out into the groove of it. Whatever India do, I think you're absolutely right, Joy. They've got to wrap Bumrah in cotton wool. For India to win this World Cup,
yes,
Bumrah has to be fit, going to the Caribbean, through the Super 8s, to the semis, to the final. I honestly think he gives India around 30%. I think he's that big a piece in their jigsaw that a team that plays against India without Bumrah, I think you've got a 30% better chance of beating them. I think he's that important to the team.
So I think all Indian fans would want to keep him very safe. But if you do ask Bumrah to rest tomorrow, who do you see coming in?
Look, I mean, the way we are now structured, okay, we were bowling with 3 fast bowlers,
yes,
okay. You could just see one of the fast bowlers, say Bumrah rest, and they could even go to somebody like a Kuldeep Yadav, give Kuldeep a chance because, he's going to turn the ball, he's going to play a part in this tournament. Once the pitches turn and get, so they give him an opportunity because you've got to play Jadeja still because Jadeja hasn't had a great series so far. He hasn't been bowled very often. So you need to give him a chance to build his confidence, bring him up elsewhere. I'd just do a straight swap because even if you do that, you still have 3 Indian fast bowlers. I mean, you have Siraj, you have Arshdeep and you have Hardik,
yes,
okay? And in a pinch, Shivam Dube can take the ball, okay? And just see what you do with that unit. I would give a Kuldeep for Bumrah straight swap and get in Yashasvi for somebody.
But Michael, we know that Rohit and Rahul don't like to change things around the 23 World Cup even after the qualifications to the semis. They said we won't change anything, we don't like to tinker around a winning squad.
Yeah, which I get when you're winning, but you've got to make sure that you keep those players that are sat on the bench fresh as well. And also, you've got to kind of manage the kind of bench in as best way as possible by giving them a chance to play games of cricket. They're qualified, they're through, they're playing Canada. Not they're going to beat Canada, I'm pretty sure, but it's the bigger picture of what you're trying to do to the whole squad. And if you're only picking 11, what happens if you go to the Caribbean and suddenly you get an injury?
Yes.
One of those players, well, I haven't played any cricket. So I think you've got to look in World Cups at the bigger picture of what may happen. Worst case scenario, what could happen? All right, Bumrah could get injured. Right, we better just play someone just in case. Give him a bit of a breather now, or is it going to be that in the Caribbean we're going to need that extra spin option? So play Kuldeep tomorrow. Tomorrow is you don't get many times in international cricket the chance to pretty much do whatever you want. Yes. And it might be that you give all the bench a game just to say to them that you're all having a game today, one or two you're missing out. Those that have been playing will probably be a bit disappointed, but then they'll go, well, it's only Canada.
Yes.
And that's not disrespecting it, it's just the nature of the beast, that's what it is. And they're through, and just give everyone a game of cricket.
Well, Joyda, with today's result, Canada is out as well, but you've liked what you've seen of them so far?
Absolutely. Again, very engaging mix of cricketers. Really, I enjoyed, Saad bin Jafar, the captain, he's bowled beautifully. Again, Kaleem Sana, the left-arm bowler from them. Junaid Siddiqui, the leggy, really liked what he did. And they also have that same mix, Dylan Hellliger, again, powerful player. Aaron Johnson, excellent player. So they have a lot of powerful players. And for me, the centerpiece is that Aaron Johnson up front and Nicholas Curtin. Nicholas Curtin plays for Barbados, plays CPL, played for Barbados on a regular basis, first-class cricket. I thought he was excellent in the match that they won. He's a crucial part of that game.
Yes.
And his playing well is very important to them.
Michael, for you, your players to watch out for tomorrow.
Well, I love Johnson. I just think he's a true player.
Yes.
And they've played really well in this World Cup. That first game against the States when they got 194, that wasn't enough because of an exceptional innings by Aaron Jones. But, they beat Ireland. I think when you go to World Cups as a minnow team, you sometimes judge yourselves against your fellow kind of associates. And for them to have beaten Ireland and to have beaten them quite well, I think that's a big tick for the Canadian side. And they've competed in every single game of cricket. But tomorrow is like the platform that you want as a player. You can do well against Ireland, you can do okay against the United States, but if you do well against India, you just don't know where that might end. You might get a franchise league around the world, one or two more, great opportunities. Who knows, if you go and strike 100 or 50 balls, it's a long shot, but if you do that, the IPL auctions at the end of the year, you might just end up with one of those like smaller contracts in an IPL side. So the Canadian players tomorrow will be so excited. They'll be desperate that the rain doesn't ruin their opportunity of doing something special against one of the real quality teams in this World Cup.
So Aaron Johnson for you, and from India, who's it going to be?
India, Suryakumar. I think if he plays, he might get rested. But if he plays, I think he's starting to find
happy with the 50 he got.
Yeah.
Joyda, for you?
For me, the players to watch, definitely Curtin, because I think he's fantastic in that middle order for them. And for India, I thought Surya had a good match, and I just want to see him. Last match was a match of him playing the circumstances, but I want to see Surya as Surya is. Not the Surya in a New York batting pitch, but in a proper pitch. Of course, from whatever I'm hearing, the chances are there are better chances of holding a regatta tomorrow on the field than a cricket match. I mean, it's really that. It's pouring out there, the big puddles. So, I mean, all this may be for nothing, and it'll be a sad opportunity if, Canada, I think, of India will be okay with it. I mean, they can just rest. But I think Canada would be really upset about this fantastic opportunity to play a top side. Because, one of the other things is that, one is the IPL. But a lot of the other leagues around the world have a rule saying that, okay, you can take test playing, you can take 4 test playing players, but you have to take a certain number of players from associate nations as well. That's what the ICC does. So for the Dubai tournament, for other tournaments, they mandate that you have to take, if you want to take even international players, they have to be associate players, a certain number of them. And I think that is now opened it up for so many of these players.